Farming games, simply said, the most chilling kind of games out there that you can play 99% of the time for free on mobiles, and they usually come in as some of the most addicting games on the platform. We get a few ones once every while and even less to truly come in with replay value. In any case, it's a nice little bunch of new farming and relaxing games released for the past 30 days up until last year, ready to go for free for your Android and iOS devices as well. At number 1, with about 500 downloads only on the Play Store, we have a Real Tractor 2023. This is an online tractor, trolley, driving and farming transportation sim with the aim to be a realistic physics-based game at its core, and actually nailing in it pretty much most farming combining elements, except copying the formula of much bigger games and not really that innovative of a game at all. Still, if you like plowing, trolley and tractors, this is definitely a good game in nature. First work of its developers as an NFT-based farming and breeding life breeding sim. At number 2 we have Monstera NFT, technically an official global and finished version of the multi-chain crypto game that came out first middle last year by the BNB and the Avalanche Studios. This is a mix of Clash of Clans basis of idle games infused with farming and breeding elements. Monstera has been out for a few days only now and already downloaded its official version about 10,000 times and taking down about 120 megabytes in nature.
For the Monstera, reign your kingdom.
Been out there for almost a year now, in certain regions only, and now finally globally released for about 2 weeks now. We've got over here Rabbit Family's Carrot Farm, a mobile offline and online farming and social life and management sim. I wouldn't go so far to call this one of the addicting games, but it's definitely got addictive elements like most farming sims. A nice little cast of cute little characters with their stories and some really nice plot twists to learn about for a little bit of a kick. Sitting on the Play Store since last week, we have over here Animal Sim Goat Game. This is not the gameplay trailer. Here's Goat Sim 3's. I've actually found no trailer for this mobile game, but it is precisely just a silly goat life and farming sim, semi-open world or open area game. Playable and offline if you wished. Nothing really big to talk about over here except this game will take you down about a few hundred megabytes in storage. First work of its developers and possibly cloned off of an official game that's coming over fully in about a couple of months now. Single-handedly over here, I would have to say the cutest offline relaxing game on the Play Store. At number 5, this is an honorable mention by the way, we have a game called Ocean that plays in your hearts. Not a farming or managing, marketing or anything sim, but a casual choral based, as you can see, relaxing game. Kinda halfway a Dear My Cat clone in gameplay, but set on a totally different aesthetic as you can see. This game is playable free, got no ads you have to watch and in-app purchases only if you like a little bit of cosmetics. At number 6, from the same creators of Archer, Dungeophone, the Goldbergs, and about a dozen other offline games with over millions of downloads each, we have now the company's latest work, Farm Tycoon. Download over 50,000 times since last week, and as you could probably guess, a resource management sim where your sole purpose is to create the biggest milk farm or so-called milk empire out there. Check it out, this game is playable both online and offline, playable free, and taking you down about 200 megabytes in storage. Been available worldwide since precisely a month ago. In case you have missed it, we have Kukyo Empire. I would go so far to say the perfect mix of an action RPG. I mean, the action part comes in little sections, but idle game in nature with just a correct amount of farming and managing elements. This is not a farming life in nature, but a strategy, management, action, farming sim where you can go about raids and arms for crops and other resources as well. Game's huge in nature, playable only online, and takes you down about 250 megabytes only. Coming up behind that, the latest game to have been released here in the list. Been available for about 3 days only out there with over 100,000 downloads already. We've got Farm Idle Moo Tycoon. This is a tycoon style farming RPG and management online life sim in nature. Super simple to get the hang of and only rated a 3.4 out of 5. I'm assuming because as rewarding as it already is, it's actually a pay to win in nature for the real fun stuff. Farm Idle over here is about 100 megabytes in storage and playable free. Farmland, on the other hand, it's just a quick mission over here. We don't have much of gameplay going on here except precisely what you see, which is exactly what the whole game is about. It's just a plowing cartoony 2D farming sim, where your most addictive element in the game, or challenge in the fun part, think about this one as just upgrading the machines you get to plow with. Game is playable online and taking you down about 50 megabytes in storage. Coming up at number 10, quite a bit like the number 5 game in the list today, we've got here Forest Island. This is a casual, idle, online animal life sim, to some extent an action game. See, Forest Island's been out for almost 2 years now. This game is downloaded over 1 million times and is now holding a 4.4 out of 5, touted as the most adorable, relaxing sim on the Play Store. Game's divine in nature, as you can probably tell, very nice in replay value, and the ads are actually optional, so you can pretty much play this one offline if you like. Coming up at 11, from a little over a month ago, we have My Farm Mart. Literally, as the title suggests, just a farming, selling, and management sim. Imagine what you'd get by mixing a Harvest Moon and an idle game. Throw in a little bit of farm marketing stuff, like those weekly organic market sales places, and well, you get this. My Farm Mart is free, playable both online and offline, and taking you down about only 50 megabytes in storage. I would have to say, hands down, the most addictive game out on the Play Store since last year, in case you missed it. Just an honorable mention here for those of you who missed it. With over 5 million downloads, we've got Farmville 3, which has ever since release been regarded as a masterpiece of an idle farming sim by, well, the well-known developer Sigma. Farmville 3 is actually one of the most generous games in nature compared to most, period. This game's free and taking you down about 250 megabytes in storage. And last but not least, coming from 2 months ago, sitting on the Play Store with about 5,000 downloads only as an online farming management sim, we've got over here Mira's Dream Island. Technically an exploration-based Animal Crossing inspired in replay, but it's a mobile game and much smaller in scale compared to that, to Animal Crossing and story. Technically you get the usual Harvest Moon game elements, raising, breeding, selling, growing, and also now this sailing. Game's free and taking you down about almost 300 megabytes in nature. That's it.